Hello, this is John Burroughs again. I'm going to continue with my autobiography to the deleted scenes section, and this is called 7 Years to Life, Deleted Scene, Rumble Room. One of the things about working for a large corporation like Pacific Bell, like any other large corporation that you can think of, politics, ambition, um, take over sometimes, greed, power, all the things that we see in politics, you see in the same politics in large corporations with, thousands of employees. And in a small department of Pacific Bell, like public communications, it was no different. And so the leadership team was in the process of changing um, different leaders of different departments like marketing, sales, technology. Some had been there a while, some hadn't. Anyway, as at the time I was a priority account executive, and we were meeting with, or I was meeting with some other priority account executives on a project. I wish I could recall the nature of the project, but I can't. And it's probably because of the incident that happened that day. But the only conference room that was available that day where we could sit down and start planning out the intricacies of the project was the general manager's personal conference room, which was right next to her office. And I think there were four, maybe five of us in there. We were all priority account executives representing different parts of Northern California with a different clientele or different customers. Anyway, we were discussing the uh, the particular project, and the general manager's conference room was literally almost connected to her office. It actually wasn't, but it was. The front door of her office was maybe 10 feet away from the door of the conference room, if that. And all of a sudden, we heard this loud thud. And it kind of silenced us all, and we didn't know what was going on for a minute. And we knew she was having a meeting simultaneously with ours with a couple of her directors in the department. One was the director of sales, who was the ultimate boss in my department, which was sales, and of course the director of technology. The director of sales was a new person brought into the company to kind of shake things up, I guess. He was a young, brash guy from New York and kind of had that New York chip on his shoulder, that type of thing. And the other guy had been around since, the pyramids. He was in Pacific Bell for a long time, and he was the director of technology. It was no secret in the department that these two did not get along. They came from two different cultures. They were looking at two different things. A director of sales, obviously, they just wanted uh, a path to get the necessary sales done and to secure customers as we entered into uh, the throes of competition, so to speak. And the director of technology, I don't want to call him a nerd because he was in his 60s at least, and but then again, there's no reason why a nerd can't be in their 60s. Anyway, then we heard a couple of more thuds, and that was it. I mean, there was something going on with the conference room of the general manager, and myself and another account executive, we jumped up out of our chairs. For a minute, I thought it was an earthquake, but it just there's a whole different feel to an earthquake other than the sound of the thud. But we opened the door, and there was a general manager who happened to be a woman, and a very capable general manager in my view. And on the floor was the director of sales and the director of technology, and had it been a different surroundings, you almost think it was a cage fight, for God's sake. I mean, they were just going at each other, and one was old, one was young, but it didn't look like one had the better of each other. Anyway, we broke it up. The general manager asked us to leave and that she would take care of it. But it was one of the most disconcerting things for me, and I think everyone in that room, when they realized just how much ambition within a company can take over, logic sometimes. I have no problem with people wanting to move up the corporate ladder and do the best they can. And I have no problem with people that are satisfied with where they are. But this was just to see two supposed leaders of a corporation get down and throw hands, which in an operations venue where you have a bunch of technicians that don't like each other, that might happen more often. But where you have two leaders of very important units within the business unit, sales and technology, which need to work hand in hand in order to deliver the best possible solution to our customers. And they hated each other, and they were going at each other to the point where if someone didn't break it up, someone was going to get hurt. Anyway, there was talk of lawsuits or whatever. I don't know exactly what became of it, other than everyone in the building, in the headquarters, knew that this had happened. And to me, it was kind of an embarrassing thing. But I guess it wasn't that uncommon, at least I found out as my career continued at Pac Bell. And it's all about differences of opinion. But when you run into a situation where people end up actually physically attacking each other over a different opinions in the way the business should be handled because of personality conflicts, that's just really sad. Anyway, it was a scene I left out of 7 Years to Life that I had forgotten about, and I was telling the story the other day, and I said, hey, this would make a great deleted scene. So there it is, and feel free if you want to comment on it or whatever, and if you've had any large corporation experience or any experience within businesses, have you ever seen anything like that happen where two leaders of a department go at each other, kicking, punching, biting, that type of thing? Anyway, this is John Burroughs signing off. I will talk to you later. Bye.